Regan Slaymaker for Radiant.Green. Now the pleasure to be joined by Sturge Mazzocchi, Head of Partnerships and Business Development for Solar Energy UK. Sturge, how are you today?
Yeah, very well. It's been a huge buzz at Solar and Storage Live 2023. Lots happening. We're in a really good place, to be fair.
Definitely. I mean, we'll jump straight into it. So you launched the Recruitment Zone this morning at Solar and Storage Live. I mean, how was that for you? It must have been pretty special.
Yeah, it's good that you sort of refer to it as quite special because for ourselves, Solar Energy UK, one of our main objectives this year is to try and take some massive action towards the need within the industry to we have lots of businesses that have high recruitment needs, and in order for our workforce to grow, we need to try to make sure that we can put on some recruitment events, trying to attract job candidates into the industry. So myself, it's a huge team behind all of this. However, sort of once we moved from, it's been signed off by Tom Moon, Event Director at Solar and Storage Live, Emma Williams sponsors SSE Renewables, and they sort of signed off on the in principle on saying we can bring this to the show. After that, taking it from concept to pilot was very much myself, David Arendt at Solar Energy UK, and Chris Stewart at SSE Renewables. We've worked since March this year, effortlessly, week in, week out, to make all of the arrangements to put this together. So it really was a special time to see it all come together. And as you can see, lots of job candidates have been flowing through these doors throughout all of the day, and so yeah, it's a very special time, and we're really happy to make an impact. I would anticipate and expect from the numbers that we've seen, we had 50 job candidates come through within the first hour, I would say, to meet our hiring businesses, and so we would probably be up to maybe 75, 100 already today, and that's quite a lot. We, across the 3 days, a big success would have been 200 plus. It really would have, because we've got 100 job vacancies from all of from 10 hiring businesses. So for us, if we could have got to over 200, that would have been. You look at the ratio, that's quite good. 2 job candidates per vacancy. So it's for us to be at this point, to have that many come through already is really mind blowing. We've done a lot of work to see it come to fruition. We're really happy.
Perfect. So just so I'm clear, so the Recruitment Zone, you've got your partners, they've all got vacancies in their companies, and then you guys are giving them a platform to allow more people to kind of come into the industry and maybe change their job prospects in the solar industry, but also join a new company as well. Is that right?
Yes. So Recruitment Zone is for. So if I sort of take it back ever so slightly, the solar and storage industry at the moment is a booming industry. It's growing very, very fast, and it's a steep climb that we're on for the increase in the installation of solar systems that are happening currently. So we're currently just gone past 16 gigawatts of solar installed, and then over the next decade up to 2035 we're looking to get to 70 gigawatts. That is a really steep climb. We have a high number of businesses that have entered the UK market. We have a high amount of businesses that have already been operating in the UK that are now expanding and growing very, very quickly. So of course they have a number of job vacancies, because everywhere across the supply chain, from manufacturers, distributors, installers, all the way through to asset finance companies, every different type of job is needed for us to reach as we expand and grow. So our businesses have recognised and said that we have a lot of vacancies. Support to fill those would be really, really helpful. And so that's what's brought us to this point. So that's what's brought us to this point to begin with. So At Solar Energy UK, we speak very, very closely to our members, our businesses that are members of ours, and that's how this came about. That's how we had that conversation. We have a number of forums that we can listen to the industry about how we can move forward and how we can help. And so you can do it in a couple of ways in terms of our members told us that prioritise workforce is what we'd like us to do. And there's a couple of elements to that. One is skills, and the second part of that is recruitment solutions. And recruitment solutions that they need us to try to support them in getting job candidates across is from within the industry it's not going to work, so we need to get job candidates from outside and bring them in. So then they need to have specific skill sets. So are they newly qualified? So these could be university graduates, college leavers that have achieved their grades. It could be, another area that we have job candidate organisations that we've approached, 20 job centres as well. And then also we have some other organisations. So there's a sector which are service leavers from the military, and particularly they're going to have lots of. So you've got some where you have. They've got qualifications in this area, right? You can come in to the industry, you're qualified in those universities and college areas. Or, the other areas, have you got transferable experience or transferable skills that you could bring across? So that's where your job centre is one organisation that can come through. That's where your service leavers out of the military can come in as well. Because, they have lots of experience, look at logistics, engineering, some of those trades perspectives, electricians. They will have lots of job candidates from those pools that can come into the industry that can absolutely do the jobs for the vacancies that we have. And so it's about us providing the event, the place that they can do that really.
Perfect. So from what you kind of said there, is recruitment into the solar industry from the partners you mentioned, but not just from people within the solar industry, but from different industries as well. Like you said, cross-transferable. You work with people, graduates as well. That's great. Obviously, so it's for multiple people, not just in the solar industry as well. One thing that kind of you wanted to discuss before we started the interview was kind of the importance of these initiatives to kind of drive recruitment in the industry, obviously in relation to the solar boom. I mean, we know the solar industry is booming at the moment. It keeps to be on an upward climb. But kind of how important are recruitment zones like these, especially at events and kind of recruitment initiatives, when kind of catering to the increased demand of solar?
Yeah. So you may have been around lots of the events yourself as well, and I from being in the solar and storage industry myself, part of my role is to attend these events for a number of different reasons as well, networking, business development, all these things. And I've been to lots of the large industry events, and we haven't seen something like this yet, really. We've seen, I've seen jobs boards, a pin board with put your CV up here, and then, job hiring businesses put their vacancies up there, and then they sort of go at the end, and that. So I've seen that happen. I've seen some, seen some basically going to the different exhibition stands and sort of trying to coordinate it that way. We really haven't seen a purpose-built recruitment facility to be able to provide it. So firstly, what we've done here so far is one of the first that I would say that have been produced at events, commercial events in the industry. The importance of it is this. So, and the reason why we've done this. So that's what we've done. The reason why we've done it is because with the solar and battery storage industry being an industry that's booming, it's just stretching, and it is reaching or exceeding the capacity that there is within the workforce that we have to be able to meet the high growth demands as I was sort of referencing before. So if we don't put something like this on, what is there out there that's going to be able to accommodate that need? There isn't going to be that much, really. So and what we've learned as well. So in order for us to be able to have a feature like this running, it does take a lot of work, and in terms of promoting and attracting job candidates. What we've tried to do here is we've tried to, have job candidates. We've focused on the Midlands area just because it's the barrier of least resistance. So a regional event, it makes sense. If I'm a job candidate, I happily hop on a bus. I take the train, 20-30 minutes. Oh, it's only over there, and I get to see 2-3 businesses with 3 positions that that I could be suitable for. Well, now that's a good hook. I think I'll go across. So we sort of focused around this area, and what we found when we went to these organisations, so I referenced the universities, colleges, job centres, and all those sorts of areas where we went with posters to promote it on site, as well as meeting the leaders there and everything like that. Was they were unaware of the industry. That's what I found out straight away from a number of them. Lots of them it came across. We knew that the industry was sort of, but we didn't really know anything about it. So it's in essence building awareness that the solar and storage industry. So they might have even heard about renewables, but specifically the solar and storage industry, in isolation, has got its own large drive that it needs in terms of workforce. So the first part was raising awareness, and that's what this has done. And word of mouth spreads as well. As I say, we've had not shy of 100 job candidates come through today, and it spreads, and and the organisations that have come here as well, they've sent job candidates to Recruitment Zone. They'll also know that it's a thing, that it's real, that they can go and meet prospective employers about future job vacancies and positions and careers in the industry. So that is why it's been really important. So in summary, it's been really important because of the need within the industry. Secondly, it's important because to raise awareness to lots of these organisations did not know that there was such availability for jobs within the industry as well. So that's really important. And then the third part is that if we don't do it, what other facility is there? There doesn't seem to be many, or if any, in the industry that we've seen. So that's why it's important for us to provide that facility for bringing for bringing the job candidates and the hiring businesses together and in a forum that they can speak about their positions, with the aim of setting up post-event a hiring interview.
Definitely. I mean, I see it, and it's a very, very important initiative that you're running here, Sturge, and I hope that we can see it at Solar and Storage Live London as well next year as well. But Sturge, finally, you did mention beforehand, but just say at the end as well, what would be the main objective for the Recruitment Zone this year? Is it to get those 200 candidates over the 3 days, or would you like more than that?
Yeah, of course. We want to overshoot and get as many as you can. We also, I would say, we do need to be, you have to have some perspective in ourselves. You've gone from 0 to 1. You're building something for nothing. You've not done it before. And what I mean by that is even to just get the hiring businesses here, but also to get the job candidates here as well. It's that now that we've done it, you can point back to photos, you can point back to, we had these businesses here, we had these job candidates here. Afterwards, I can get some numbers about, okay, so from the job candidates that we came in, how many did you offer interviews for? From those interviews, how many jobs were accepted? So, we can really take something to them and it's something that they can really get behind. This has been, so in the perspective, this is it's important for us to keep into perspective that we were showing people something that was a presentation and a couple of slides or something like that, and you had to explain a concept to them. That was really not easy to do. So, we just knew for it to have a level of success for everybody involved, and that means for the hiring businesses to say, we're happy because we saw X amount of job candidates that were reasonably good, and you know what, it's worth my time coming here because we made 3 job offers and we've got a couple of acceptance out of it. That could be worth their time. Ideally, we'd like to have 10, and then from there, ideally we would like to have 10 really good job candidates. Of that, let's say 6 were offered a position, and great, it'd be wonderful, 6 out of 6 or to the position. That would be an ideal. However, we're happy with sort of a minimum of 200 really across the 3 days, just because of those numbers. We've got 100 jobs, 200 job candidates, 2 to 1. That's good, reasonably good numbers. If we got 5 to 500, of course, that would be outstanding. Walk before we can run, I'd say, and also to have it's not, this isn't lip service. I speak with honesty. For us to just have put this on with conversations happening in person, with a good steady flow of job candidates across day 1 and day 2, and if day 3 as well, we managed to really push it through there as well, have a nice steady flow on that day. That really would be, I would say, beyond anyone's wildest dreams, because we can then say we have a proof of concept that we can really build upon. And actually, it's something that builds momentum. So those 50 job candidate organisations that we have in the Midlands, we can now approach those. We already know the contacts, we know the people. They'll expect us to come around with more posters in future. We can coordinate a lot more ahead of time. We're not at the introduction phase. We're at the, Sturge, David, Regan, Solar and Storage Live, Solar Energy. Oh yeah, that's what they do each year at October, September time, so it becomes very easy for them to come across. So, so I've sort of digressed, expanded a little bit on it. Essentially, this is a level of success. We are seeing it now. We're happy with that. 200 would be fantastic. More than that would be beyond our wildest dreams. But the importance is that we've produced something in the first instance that we can, that we can use as a formula going forward for future events, and it grow. We've planted the seed.
Definitely. I mean, if the success of it going, obviously it was very, very buzzy when I first came over, and obviously your launch was incredible as well, Sturge. So wish you nothing but success, and hopefully we could see this in Birmingham next year, but also London as well, and maybe Zurich, maybe Barcelona, who knows. But Sturge, thank you for your time today, and best of luck for the Recruitment Zone for the rest of the 3 days.
Fantastic. Thank you ever so much.